Well, Dr.SaSa, Special Envoy representing Myanmar's deposed civilian government to the United Nations, joins me now from an undisclosed location. And, sir, you are in an undisclosed location for your own safety. Your life, the lives of your colleagues in that now deposed government are very much under threat. Thank you for joining us. What is your message to the world right now on behalf of that government?
International community must act now, before it's too late. There's many more bloody days coming ahead, many more bloody weeks coming ahead, even many more bloody months coming ahead. How many dead bodies is necessary for international community to take strong action against the military regime? We need tougher sanctions, coordinated sanctions, targeted sanctions against the military regime. The world must cut off all finance access by this military regime. More they get the money, they buy more weapons, they kill more people.
You have said that Russia and China, which has or have strong ties to the military junta, have the power to stop the violence in your country by halting all arms sales to the army. China and Russia hold veto power as permanent members of the Security Council, and they have blocked those measures. Is there any indication that these two countries are likely to change their position? And if they don't, what happens?
Russia and China can make just one phone call to these military generals who are terrorizing 54 million people of Myanmar. One phone call can stop these military generals. And of course, again, they must make the choice to stand with 54 million people of Myanmar or to remain with these handful military generals. If they don't like to stop these military generals killing the people of Myanmar, Russia and China risk future political suicide and relationship suicide. People of Myanmar will never forget what they have done today.
The military has tortured and detained thousands of civilians since the start of this coup. How bad are things likely to get? I want you to be really specific here. How bad are things likely to get if the international community doesn't come up with a coordinated response? You know this place and the military better than most.
Military generals who are now committing massacres across the country, Myanmar, is known for killing. They are guilty of crime against humanity, war crimes, ethnic cleansings. They have been doing there for the last 72 years against ethnic nationalities of the country. If the world refuses to stop these military generals, then my country is going to face the greatest civil war that we have never seen before. That means the bloodbaths are real. It's coming. More people will die. I'm afraid it is the time for the world to prevent another genocide, another ethnic cleansing, another massacre. So the world has the power to stop it before it's too late. Otherwise, more people are going to lose more lives on account of these military generals. They bought these weapons by stealing the money of the country of Myanmar. They steal the money from gas, oil, and timber, and all natural resources. Now all the company that's working inside of Myanmar. It's a time for them to stop giving the money to the generals until these military generals stop killing the people and release our leaders who are democratically elected. Otherwise, this is going to become regional chaos. It's bad for China. It's bad for India. It will be bad for the whole ASEAN.